Organization of the cells. A typical cell comprises of the two major parts, the nucleus and the cytoplasm. The nucleus is separated from the cytoplasm by the nuclear membrane, and the cytoplasm is separated from the surrounding fluid by a cell membrane, and it is also the plasma membrane. And the protoplasm, they are the different substances that makes up the cells, and they are collectively called the protoplasm. And the protoplasm composed of the basic substances like water, electrolyte, protein, lipids, and the carbohydrates. And as you know that the principal fluid medium of the cell is the water, and which is about the 70 to 80%, and all these cellular chemicals, they are dissolved in the water of the cells. And the important ions in the cells are the potassium, magnesium, phosphate, sulfate, bicarbonate, and small quantity of the sodium chloride and the calcium. And these ions are provide the inorganic chemicals for the cellular reactions. Now, the protein is about 10 to 20% present in the cell mass. Uh, Lipid is about the 2% uh, in a form of the phospholipid and the cholesterol. Some triglycerides are also present. And the carbohydrates are very little amount, and it's a part of the glycoprotein. Now, what about the physical structure of the cell? And the important ions in the cells are the potassium, magnesium, phosphate, sulfate, bicarbonate, and small quantity of the sodium chloride and the calcium. And these ions are provide the inorganic chemicals for the cellular reactions. And the basic structure of the s- cell membrane is the lipid bilayer. Then the lipid layer is composed of the phospholipid, and these phospholipid has a very special uh, structure. The one end is molecule is the hydrophilic, while the other end is the hydrophobic. Hydrophilic means it is the water lover, and the hydrophobic is the water hater. So that the water cannot cross from the hydrophobic end, and water can pass through the hydrophilic end. The lipid layer in the middle of the membrane is impermeable to usual water-soluble substances such as ions, glucose, urea, because they are the water-soluble, so they cannot cross through the membrane. But the fat-soluble substance like the gases, alcohols, they can cross the substance. This is the uh, microscopic structure of the cell membranes. You see there is a hydrophobic and a hydrophilic end of the lipid bilayer. Then there is the two types of the proteins are present, integral protein and the surface proteins. Integral protein present throughout the length of the cell membrane, and the surface protein is present only on the periphery. Now the protein layer, there are two types of the protein present in the cell membrane. Integral protein, or you can call it the transmembrane protein, because it is present throughout the length of the cell membrane, and the peripheral protein, which is present only periphery. The example of the integral proteins are the cell adhesion protein, cell junction protein, some carrier protein, channel protein, hormone receptors, antigen, and some of the enzymes. These are the pictures of these types of protein. Now, the peripheral protein, they do not penetrate, they are present only on the surface, and the examples are the protein of the cytoskeletons, some carrier protein, and some of the enzyme. Uh, You all know that because of this property, the cell membrane is this selective permeable. It means that it allows certain substance to pass through the cell membrane, and it obstructs certain substance to passing through the cell membrane. And these there are some transport protein which can allow through which the substance are passes, and sometimes it passes through the channels, or sometimes carrier protein. Now, the function of the protein these cells are they are the integrated protein, they form the channels and they serve as a carrier or transport proteins. They serve as a pump, sodium potassium pump for is the example. They are uh, the protein example of the proteins are the receptor protein. Some examples are the neurotransmitter and the hormones, some enzyme for the metabolic reaction within the cells. Then it also help in the cell adhesions, antigen. Now, what about the protein channels? Protein channels are the pathway through which certain substances are passing from in cell to the outside and from outside to the uh, channels. Ion channels. Each channels can permit only one type of the ion to pass through it. According to the channels are named according to the ions which are passed through these channels. The examples are the sodium channel and the potassium or transport proteins. They serve as a pump. Sodium potassium pump is the example. They are uh, the protein example of the proteins. Then it also help in the cell adhesions, antigen. This is the example of the gate channel. Now, the voltage gated channels are the channels which open whenever there is a charge in the electrical potential. When there is a charge, the examples are the neuromuscular junction. When there is a stimulus, there is electrical charge is produced because of the action potential, and these channels are open. Then the ligand gated channels, uh, they are open when there is a hormone act or any chemical substance act on the receptor and it causing the opening of these cells. Then mechanically gated because of some mechanical uh, part. These there is a production of the action potential and which lead to the opening of these channels. And examples are the organ of Corti in the vestibular apparatus in the inner ear. And the basic structure of the s- cell membrane is the lipid. This is the example of the. Now, what about the function of these carbohydrates which are present on the surface of the cell membrane? Many of them have the negative electrical charge, which give most cell an overall negative surface charge that repels other negative objects. Number two, the glycocalyx of the some cells attached to the glycocalyx of the other cells, and thus they are called they are serving as a function of the cell adhesions. Then it also help in the cell adhesions, antigen.